Son, before you say a word, just listen. I see you. No, I don't mean the version of you that you present to the world. That one is well rehearsed. I know him. He's charming, he's capable, he says all the right things. He's mastered the art of I'm fine. He tells a good joke, asks about everyone else's day, and deflects any real questions about his own with practiced ease. That version of you is a fortress, and it is, I admit, a masterpiece of engineering. But a father's eyes are trained for a different kind of seeing. We learn to spot the hairline fractures in the walls. We learn to see the watchman in the tower, the real you pacing with exhaustion. I don't just see the mask. I see the man holding it up. I see the immense effort it takes, the sheer force of will required to keep that smile perfectly in place when, behind your eyes, a storm is raging. I see the weight. I see it in the mornings, in that deep breath you take before your feet hit the floor. A breath that sounds less like waking up and more like bracing for impact. I see it in the way you hold your jaw, a silent clench against a tide of words you feel you cannot speak. I see it in your shoulders. Son, your shoulders are a giveaway. They're not just carrying your frame. They're carrying a story of silent battles, of burdens you've insisted are yours alone to bear. They're braced for the next disappointment, the next expectation, the next thing to be added to the invisible pile. That weight, it isn't one thing, is it? It's 1,000 things, a lifetime's collection. It's a geology of unspoken griefs. Some of the stones in that pack you didn't even choose. They were given to you. The weight of the man you're supposed to be. That's an old one, heavy and smooth from being passed down through generations. The expectation to be tough, to be a provider, to be the steady rock, even when you feel like sand. Then there are the stones you picked up yourself, the weight of that mistake you made, the one that visits you in the quiet of 3 a.m. It whispers that you are defined by your worst moments. You replay it, analyze it, punish yourself for it, convinced that this single heavy stone is the entirety of your worth. There's the sharp-edged weight of a heart that was broken. You tell yourself you're over it, but you carry it still. You've wrapped it in armor, pretending it's healed. But that armor has its own mass, its own chilling gravity. It's the weight of not trusting, of not letting anyone get close enough to see the cracks. And then there's the newer stuff, the slow, creeping weight of the modern world, the weight of comparison, a stone you pick up every time you scroll through your phone, seeing the curated victories of others, and feeling the phantom weight of your own perceived failures. It's the constant humming pressure to build, to achieve, to optimize, to be more, to be enough. Every day you add another pebble, another shard, and the sound of those stones grinding against each other becomes the soundtrack of your inner life, a constant low rumble of self-criticism, of not being good enough, of being an imposter. You think that strength is measured by how much you can carry, that the true test of a man is to walk with a mountain on his back and pretend he's just out for a stroll. You think I don't know the feel of it? Son, I was the architect of that backpack. Before I could teach you to walk, I was already teaching you in silence how to carry things you shouldn't. My own father, your grandfather, he was a good man, but he was a man of his time. His love was a quiet, assumed thing, not a spoken one. And he gave me my first stone, the same one you carry, the weight of expectation. He never told me he was proud of me. He just gave me more to do, assuming I could handle it. His silence wasn't cruel. It was just his way. And I mistook that silence for the language of strength. So I built my own collection. I remember when I was in my 30s, I poured every penny and every waking hour into a small woodworking business. It was my dream. I was going to build beautiful things. But dreams don't pay the mortgage. The market turned. A big competitor moved in, and it all fell apart. I didn't just lose a business, son. I felt like I had personally, fundamentally failed. That stone, it was massive. It had the weight of my family's future, of your future, and I told no one, especially not your mother. I would lie awake at night next to her, the woman I loved more than anything, and I would be in a completely different universe, crushed under a weight she couldn't see. I smiled at breakfast. I played with you in the yard, and I was suffocating. My breaking point wasn't some grand explosion. It was a quiet Tuesday. You were about 5 years old. You'd built a tower of blocks, so high and precarious, and you were so proud. You turned to me and said, "Look, Daddy, it's so strong." And just then it wobbled and crashed. Your face crumpled. You didn't cry. You just looked at the mess, your little lip trembling, and you whispered, "I failed." And in that moment, son, my own walls shattered because I heard my voice coming out of your mouth. I saw that I had taught you that the fall was a failure instead of teaching you that the joy was in the building. I saw that my silence, my stoicism, was a lesson, and it was the wrong one. I was teaching you how to be a fortress, when I should have been teaching you how to build a home, a place you could be safe and fall apart, and be built back up again that day. I learned that silence isn't a shield. It's a cage, that weight I was carrying. It wasn't just making me tired. It was making me a ghost in my own life. It was isolating me from the people I was trying to be strong for. And that is why I am here now, speaking to you like this, to break that chain, to unlearn the lessons of silence I was taught, and that I inadvertently taught you. I am here to say the words my father never could, the words I should have said a long, long time ago. You are not weak for feeling the weight. You are human, and your strength is not measured by the load you carry in silence. It is measured by the courage it takes to ask for help. So, I'm asking you. No, I'm telling you. It's not a request. It's a statement of fact. Hand me some of that weight, son. Let's not just talk about it. Let's take that backpack off. Let's open it up, right here on the floor. Let's pull out these stones one by one and look at them in the light. Give me the stone of that failure you can't forgive. Let's examine it together. I promise you, what feels like a boulder to you now, we'll find it's just a rock. And we can see what it taught you. We can see the strength you gained from surviving it. Give me the stone of that broken heart. Let me hold it. I won't try to fix it. I'll just acknowledge the pain. I'll tell you about the times my own heart was shattered and how, somehow, it learned to beat again. Scarred, but stronger. Give me the stone of your fear. The fear that you're not good enough, that you're an imposter. Hand it over. Let me hold it up to the light and show you the man that I see. A man of integrity, of kindness, of resilience. A man who is so much more than the sum of his anxieties. There's a strange physics to this, you see. A weight that lives only in your mind has an infinite density. It's a secret, and secrets are heavy. They feed on silence. In the echo chamber of your own head, a small fear can grow into a monster that paralyzes you. But the moment you speak it, the moment you give it voice and let it out into the air, it becomes finite. It has shape. It has limits. You take the monster out of the dark closet and put it in the middle of the room. And suddenly you see it's not 10 feet tall. You see it for what it is. I'm not here to solve your problems. That's your journey. And I would never steal your victories from you. I'm just here to be a witness, to listen, to sit with you in the dark so you know you're not alone in it, to remind you that the feeling is temporary, but my love for you is not. The world will keep giving you stones. Life doesn't stop. They will be heavy, and the road will be long, but you will be different. That backpack is still there, but it's not a secret anymore. It's just luggage. And you know you don't have to carry it alone. My shoulders are still broad, son. My hearing is still good, and my phone is always on. This is not the end of the wait, but it is the end of carrying it by yourself. And that makes all the difference. Let's walk this road together. I'll be right here. This is Steelfast Father. What every son deserves to hear. If this reached you, subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next letter. Drop one word in the comments, the name of the stone you're setting down tonight, and share this with one man who needs a foot on his rung. On 3, son. 1, 2, lift.